story of George Washington Carver. Imagine America after the Civil War. Slavery had just been abolished, but millions of formerly enslaved people were left with no land, no education, and almost no opportunities. Out of this struggle rose a man who would prove that knowledge and determination could change not only his own life, but the lives of millions. George Washington Carver. Carver was born around 1864, near the end of the Civil War. His mother was enslaved, and when George was still a baby, both of them were kidnapped. His mother was never found, and George grew up weak and sickly, raised by his former enslavers. Many thought he would not survive, but George had something special, an endless curiosity and a deep love for nature. As a boy, he spent hours studying plants and flowers, trying to understand how they grew. Neighbors soon called him the plant doctor. Education for black children was extremely limited, but George refused to give up. He walked miles to attend schools, often trading household chores just to be allowed to learn. Eventually, his persistence led him to college, where he studied agriculture and began experimenting with crops and soil. At the time, farmers in the South depended almost entirely on cotton. But cotton drained the soil, and every year the harvest grew smaller. Carver discovered a solution: crop rotation. He urged farmers to plant peanuts, sweet potatoes, and soybeans, plants that could restore nutrients to the land. But he didn't stop there. Carver developed hundreds of uses for peanuts and other crops: paints, plastics, fuels, cosmetics, and even rubber alternatives. Despite popular belief, he didn't invent peanut butter, but he found so many other uses that people began calling him the Wizard of Tuskegee. His genius brought him national fame. Carver was invited to the White House, met with presidents, and even became friends with Henry Ford. Yet, despite offers of wealth and power, he chose a simple life as a teacher at Tuskegee Institute. His goal was never money or fame. It was to give poor farmers the tools to live better lives. When Carver died in 1943, President Franklin D. Roosevelt honored him with a national monument, the first ever dedicated to an African American. George Washington Carver's story is a reminder that true greatness is not about wealth or power, but about using your talents to uplift others. His legacy still inspires scientists, farmers, and dreamers around the world.